Hey, you're always here first. Nice. Hey, evening. It is midnight. It is morning. Oh, you're waiting for me. I appreciate you. Today was a long day. I didn't get any sleep. I like no sleep. I should be asleep right now, but I'm not. I planned on coming on here for at least a little bit. Um, I don't know. I can't even sleep now. Yeah, time zone difference. Yeah, so people are wild. I'm not going live on TikTok tonight. I'm just going to be here. Hey, Casey, how are you? I need to start putting up my join tag again. I need to put it into hold on. I need to start putting that in there. Hold on. There we go. I need to start pasting that up at the top. Yeah, TikTok gets on my nerves. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I like it for the algorithm, but not a whole lot more than that. My feet are freezing. I'm cold. I should be asleep. Today's just been like a buzz of activity, and I don't know. I think I probably just can't shut my brain off, to be honest. But you know, hey Sam. Yeah, I don't know. It's not that bad here. Just my feet are freaking freezing. My feet are really cold. It is 24 here. It's 24. I just watched I just happened to come across a live that was just disgusting. Reading the comments and listening to the commentary was just like I don't understand what is wrong with people. I really don't. Yeah, why would you do that, Nancy? It's warm where you are. Um, People are just vicious. They're just absolutely vicious, and it's disgusting. I will say this though, to have it on record. Um, Apparently, I got sent a clip from I think it's a live, another one or a continuance. I'm not really sure. Um, when you have to make a 30-minute live or 30-minute video or 30-minute whatever it is you're doing, and I'm 27 minutes of my clips, all you did was prove my point. All you did was prove my point. Because if you, number one, you don't have enough content that you have to pull all mine up, is number one, ridiculous. But number two, the fact is, the video clip that they went back and got is, I shit you not, a year old. It is literally a year old. And the fact that somebody had A live of mine stored somewhere from a year ago proves my point exactly. Why are you holding on to my content for a year? And then you wonder why I say the things I do when you see shit like that. I mean, seriously, the date of that live was apparently February of 2024. Why in God's name would you have access to a live from a year ago? That's weird. I don't know what the hell I was saying in it. I have no idea. Not watching it. But to have sit there and have a 30-minute video, 27 minutes of it, me, is weird. Yeah, a little concerning and a little nuts and a little unhinged. Absolutely. The fact that somebody actually had that video just sitting somewhere on their phone, on their disk drive, on a hard drive, in their computer somewhere, that they took the time to screen record it, took the time to store it somewhere, knew exactly which live it was to go get, then give it to her, and then she posted it. That is weird. That is absolutely nuts. And then you wonder why I say the things I do. Yes, I love all the videos you send me, Tara. I love all of them. Oh yeah, it was. I'm sure she got it from Rez. Rez is the one who always recorded my lives. And the fact that she still has them after a year is insanity. And then she wants to go on to Toddy's panel and say that we ran her off the internet. The only reason you're off the internet is because of your obsessive behavior of a myriad of creators. And you providing a video of me from a year ago proves that in spades. That is weird. I don't even have my stuff from a year ago. And I made it. Why you would have a bunch of my lives or a bunch of my videos stored anywhere on your person is bizarre. And to have it at the ready for when somebody asks for it. I'm not really understanding where you didn't look completely batshit, because that's exactly what you look like. Oh, I know. But then she has the audacity to go up on Toddy's panel saying about how we all ran her off the internet. No, we just were tired of her doing what she was doing and we all banded together. As we should have. That's insanity. Why would you? Why? For what? What is the point of having an entire drive of any kind of other creators' work? It's weird. It's beyond weird. Yeah, she got caught in her nonsense and she was mad because people actually, made her accountable and got her shit down. Here's the deal. With things getting flagged and copyrights going out and whatever, if the stuff is going down, there's probably a reason. Now I'm not saying that there hasn't been videos that somebody struck that stayed down that probably should have went back up. I'm sure that's a thing. I have videos that I feel shouldn't have been hit down. But especially YouTube, if YouTube kicks a video, they don't do that shit lightly. So if somebody's video got taken down for whatever reason, there's probably a reason behind it. And all these people are mad because I heard in Sir Morbid's live that they're mad that Fancy's striking creators. Why shouldn't she? Y'all are stealing her shit. That is the definition of copyright. That is the bona fide definition of copyright, taking another creator's work without their permission and using it. Or using it. The commentary that you provide is nothing but bashing. That's not commentary and rebuttal or educational purposes. People are a little confused what fair use means. Fair use would mean you could take a clip of what, like, fair use is how I won with Amy. She tried to copyright me and I got her on fair use because I used her clips and then I rebutted and I did educational whatever and I got my shit back up. Because yes, I did use about probably maybe a minute of her clips over a 9-minute video. But it was the commentary was rebuttal. But if you're taking somebody's content and you're reposting it and all you're doing is taking jabs at the person, that's not fair use. That's not for educational purposes. Calling somebody fat and calling somebody, whatever, that's not fair use. So if videos are getting taken down because people are stealing content, oh fucking well, stop stealing content. It's not hard. I don't see what the problem is. If you're mad that your content's going down, don't make content that's going to go down. Don't steal people's stuff. Make your own content. I know it's a really hard thing nowadays. Well, because everybody wants to scream fair use, but I went through this with YouTube. I know what fair use is. That's how I got mine back up. She tried to hit me with copyright, and I got him back up on fair use. Because I was talking about rebuttals and educating of where these videos were wrong. If you read fair use, it's literally in the description. It doesn't say can take anybody's content and laugh at it for 30 minutes. That's not what it says. I mean, they can roll their dice and take their chances, but if they get called on their bluff, they can't be pissed that they got called on their bluff. I mean, you can try to take somebody's content and try to fair use it, but in the end, if somebody strikes you and YouTube's like, yeah, you know what, you're right, the person doesn't have the right to get mad after they just got caught with their hand in the cookie jar. That seems a little ridiculous to me. Yeah, YouTube's pretty strict on the copyright thing, and I mean, and if it's a bona fide copyright, it's easy to prove because YouTube makes you put the URL of the video, put the timestamps of where the offending material is, then you go and you put in the URL of the video that was stolen with the timestamps in use, and if they coincide, it's a copyright strike. I filed 7 copyrights. I got 7 copyrights put through. I had 2 copyrights put on me. I won both of them. It's not hard to read what it's about. And yeah, and that's what I can't understand. It's like people are like I've had people come in my comments are like, "Oh, they sound like a bunch of teenagers." No. Most of them are over 30. Most of the people causing these issues are over 30 years old. And like it's wild to me. You go to like pretty much any of the creators and they will be just stealing people's content and acting like it's okay and then they're mad because they get caught doing it. I don't understand that. Like you did the crime, pay the time. I don't know. But you can't get mad when somebody calls your bluff and copyrights you because you're doing shit you shouldn't be doing. And as for, I heard, well, Fancy's putting out false copyrights. If the video goes down and YouTube agreed, it's not a false copyright. I mean, that's not hard to understand. And if you get hit with, so if they're about them, it's because they're being challenged. And there's two options when you copyright somebody. You can be nice and you can say you're given 7 days to take it down, or it goes into strike. Or if you're tired of people's bullshit, you hit the I want it taken down immediately and I want their channel struck. But if videos are going down, it's because YouTube agrees and they're not fake then. And I'm pretty sure, like, even if ones don't end up going through, the point is it is there. It's just not enough to see it in their eyes, I guess. Or there may be some fair use in there. You know, Lord knows I don't go and look at everybody's videos and everybody's lives and whatever. But I know that there's a lot of content creators that use fancy stuff. A lot. And that is copyright. I haven't had people use my stuff in a while until Toddy did it the other day with a video that was a year old that somebody very creepily kept in their position from a year ago, which, like I said, exactly tells my exact point of, so you got kicked off the internet because you are a creepy stalker psycho. But thank you for proving it, because that just proved my point. I don't even have my lives from a year ago. And you can't get mad at people for reporting it. If there's people that are, downloading your stuff and putting it up there and dragging you through the mud, you'd be crazy to not try to stop them. You'd be crazy to not try to stop them. I'm not really sure why you wouldn't. If you're able to stop somebody, do it. But if you want to rehash something I said a year ago, I mean, whatever I said a year ago, I'm sure I stuck by it then. I probably stuck by it now, depending. Although, like I said, I talked about this in another live. People are like, oh, flip flop, flip flop, flip flop. Changing your mind based on new evidence is actually considered the correct thing to do in the scientific method. So if you're introduced to new evidence and new criteria and new knowledge, you're allowed to reform your opinion on a situation. And for people that are diehard and refuse to listen to facts and just die on that hill when they're wrong, those are the people you got to worry about, because their common sense ain't too common with those people. If I can prove to you A, B, C, and D, and you go, nope, that's still wrong, that's a you problem. Right. It becomes an informed decision. A lot of times people have decisions because they don't know everything about them. So they make a decision, and then when they are informed, they can change their opinion. 1000%. And I'm sure there's things I have switched things about. I mean, shit, I used to be a huge Gypsy supporter. And now I ain't. And again, I've always said that Nick should have a fair trial. I just don't think he should get out. I still stand by him getting a fair trial. If they wanna do an appeal or whatever, and they decide, hey, this is relevant, and we're gonna reduce the sentence, well, then he got his trial. Do I think he should be out? No. I don't know why they didn't pay attention to a lot of things, in my opinion. There's a lot of things that never made sense or worked out or whatever. I would still believe Gypsy if I wasn't on TikTok, without the information that was brought to people, regardless of the fact of who brought it. Everybody has such a problem with who brought it, but without that information, none of us would be where we are because we didn't know to know any differently. I love this. Whenever I'm not tired, I can get on a live and I get tired within like 15 minutes. So maybe I will be. I gotta get home at 4:30. If I lay down at like 1, I'll get a 3.5 hour nap again. Ooh. That's about what I got last night, I think. I think I got a total of 3 hours last night. It's starting to catch up to me now. But then again, I've been up almost 24 hours on top of the 3 hours that I slept. So I've been up 20 hours. And before that, I had slept, I don't know, 2 hours, 2-ish hours, somewhere in there. And then I was up all that. So I've slept 2 hours in the past like 40. So yeah, I'm a little tired. I do technically have a somewhat stable sleep schedule. Somewhat. Usually, what I like to do is go to bed around 8 in the morning, between 8 and 10 in the morning, and then I get up between 4 and 6, on and off. I never get to sleep all the way through, but I get up on and off. Let out the dogs, whatnot. I don't know what it's like to sleep, straight hours very often. But a lot of the times recently, I've been going to bed at 9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, sleeping until he gets up, staying up a stupid amount of time, and then getting another, 3-ish hours. I'm good. I used to stay up for 36 hours at a time. For a while, there was a stretch of my life where I was up 36, down 18. That was a wonderful time of my life. That was a wonderful time of my life. I don't do that anymore. I mean, I've stayed up 36 hours, but not nearly as often as I used to. I don't know. Now, I know that Apple put uh, TikTok back on their shop, but there still ain't a sale in the works yet. So we still may be losing TikTok, and I really don't care. I just don't. And luckily, with YouTube drama is a little different. I don't know if it's entirely different, but it's different. It's easier for me because there's a difference when you're having a problem with somebody and they come across your FYP and like you're blindsided by it. With YouTube, you just don't go to the person's channel and you don't see their stuff. So like, yay. So I don't know anything that goes on YouTube unless somebody tells me about it. Because I don't go to people's pages. I'm not a huge YouTube fan to watch things like people. Yeah, I've had a stupid sleeping schedule from the time I was born. I was the kid who went to bed at 11 o'clock on a school night and got up, couldn't go to bed. Your circadian clock is all messed up. Yeah, I told him I was probably going to go to bed when he went to bed. And that was 9 o'clock. And then I got sidetracked, probably doom scrolling, I would assume. Talked on the phone a little bit and decided I was going to go live for a little while. This is third day in a row. I'm feeling pretty good. This is the third day in a row. Reading actually can give me anxiety. Two reasons. Number one, I don't use hardcover books. I use softcover books. But it's hard keeping the pages pressed all the way down to where I can read in the crevice. So that's frustrating. But a lot of the times my OCD gets triggered while I read. And I'll have to go up and read a word X amount of times before I can move on. Luckily, that's not been happening as much since I started reading again. There was a point in time, probably around before my hysterectomy, where every time I read, I couldn't get very far Because I'd read a sentence, go down, go back up, read the sentence twice, go back down, go back up, read the sentence twice, come back down. It took forever to read a book. It took forever to read a book. So I would get very, very frustrated. So I just stopped reading in general. Luckily, since I've been reading the Hunger Game books, I've had that, but not to the extent where it makes me put the book down. It just frustrates me a little bit. I cannot do audiobooks. There's no way. Number one, like I said before, I hate being talked at. But number two, I can't do more than one thing at one time. So if I was listening to an audiobook and like coloring, I wouldn't hear it within 5 minutes. I'd start concentrating. I hyper focus. So I would start watching the coloring, and I would just not even hear what's going on. I can't do two things at once. If I put music on for something, I don't hear it half the time. My problem with that music though, it can be kind of soothing, but my biggest problem I have with it is that it makes my vision go blurry. My eyes start to cross like whenever I hear like the 8 HD music where it goes bounces back and forth. Um my eyes go blurry every single time. Every single time. It's like, when you like let your eyes laze, and then I'm doing it right now. Like if you let your eyes laze and you can't see anything, it's all blurry. Yeah, that's what happens to me every time I listen to that kind of music. Tranquility is nice. Do you know where I can buy some? I got to get my groceries picked up for Saturday. I got to get my groceries picked up for Saturday. I'm gonna have him keep the car, get the groceries on Saturday, run over to Tractor Supply, get that food. I'm like, you're gonna have the car. I was like, I'll get the groceries in town, and you go grab them, and then you can drive like right next door and go to Tractor Supply, which I was gonna call Taco Bell just now, and grab the food I need. Oh hell! I just realized that too. Shit. Yeah, I don't like people telling me what to do. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I have a hermit crab right in the very front of the cage. You can't really see him. He's right there. And he's just kind of dipped down in there. I have a little video of him up on Instagram, but he's right. Stop it! What the hell's my? Where's my hand? There it is. He's right there, and he's just hanging out at the front of. He's hanging out at the front of his tank, and I don't know why. Tiger barbs and an Akara. Yeah, you can kind of see a little bit part of him. Yeah, those are tiger barbs and an Akara. The hermit crabs are next to him, and then I got another tank right there, and then there's another tank down at the end with some guppies. It's a guppy tank. There's a right here. There's a tank here, but it's not in use. It's empty. We had stuff in it, but we took it out. We merged tanks, etc. My face is red. It's weird. I went to the gym today and I did my gym routine, and I was gonna tan, and then I just got worn out after I sat in because there was a line for the tanning bed, and so I got into a massage chair, and by the time I got out of the massage chair, I was like, I don't have the energy to get undressed. So I ended up not tanning and just doing my leg routine instead. Yeah. Oh, you asked if I was crying? I missed that. Where did you ask that? I missed that. No, I'm just red. I just realized that. Yeah, I did pretty good. Matter of fact, when I got on one of the machines, well, let's see, once, because they have it set in 2.55 and 7.5 increments. And so I got on one of the machines and I did it at 5 pounds heavier than what I thought I did. And then the other one, I mistook the two machines, switched them, and did a higher weight on that machine than I've ever done. My legs were hurting after that. My legs were hurting after that. Oh, no, I didn't see that. That's weird. I didn't see that. No, I know I'm red. No, I've not cried. Did I cry today? Got a little weepy a few times, I think. I don't think I actually cried today, which is, an oddity for me, to be honest. I cry most days. My eyes look tired. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm exhausted. I've slept like 3 hours in 40 hours. I've been up right now as it is. I've been up 21 hours. Before that, I slept 3 hours. And then before that, I was up for, I don't know, 12 or 15. So I've had like 3 hours of sleep in 40 hours. So yeah, I'm a little tired. I have to get him up at 4:30. But after I get him off to work or whatever, I can lay back down. His new med is working great for him. He can actually get some sleep. It's not a sleepy pill, but for some reason it makes him tired. So he goes to bed and he gets up and he's a lot better rested. So that's nice. Um, right. Wow, look at her. Like she's like 15 minutes behind what we were talking about. That's amazing. You're sorry I cry often. You don't know what that feels like. You bottle that as a defense. Oh, I cry a lot. I'm a crier. Drives my husband crazy. I will cry over the dumbest shit. I'm not kidding. I don't know. At this point, it's just easier to just cry than articulate. I cry, he yells. It's great. Yeah, my lack of sleeping is not a great thing. I can tell you that. But I make up for it. Like I think part of the reason why my schedule's so messed up, to be honest, is I didn't have I don't know how many days ago this was. Probably like four ish days ago. I didn't have a whole lot of sleep. So the next night I went to bed at 9 o'clock. And I got up with him in the morning, like probably about 4 or 5 or whatever time I get him up. So I slept through the night like a normal person. And then I got up with him, got him out the door, went straight back to bed and slept like another 7 hours. So I slept like 7 hours, got up for three, and then slept for like another 6 or 7. And so that gave me, that was, yeah, it's so hard because it's midnight. So it's like hard to say yesterday or whatever. But that's why I was able to stay up yesterday, technically, because I had slept for so often that I didn't really feel like I needed to sleep. And then today I just got really, really busy. We had a lot of stuff to do. And then after, he went to work, I still had more stuff to do. And I wanted to get done. So I just stayed up. And he was like, well, that's fine. Just go to bed when I go to bed. I'm like, all right. Well, he goes to bed. It was like 9 o'clock ish. And I wasn't tired. So I got on and I guess I doom scrolled and then I get on here and then I get tired. So I guess I should probably do nighttime lives. They make me tired. Every time I get on live, I say it all the time. Every time I get on live, I get tired. So I figure if I knock out here in like half an hour, I can get like a 3 hour nap. It'll be all right. I mean, there's a lot. I got a lot of stuff going on. A lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. Here's one for you that I dealt with today. You guys ready for this one? Let me tell you about this one. I get a letter in the mail. It tells me I don't have house insurance. What? What do you mean I don't have house insurance? So I call the house insurance and they're like, well, they never paid us. I said, I pay into my escrow and there's no reason they shouldn't have paid you. And they say, well, we sent them 3 reminders. They never paid us. My problem. I pay it. Nice. Good job. And so then I get a hold of them. I find out what's going on there. I call my house and my escrow. And I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you not paying my house insurance? And they're like, we never got a bill. What do you mean you never got a bill? They sent it 3 times. Well, we never got it. How'd you never get it? Well, she went back because they paid it a little bit late last year. And she went back and she was like, this isn't even, she's like, I don't even know how I got this. She was like, this isn't even our address, but somehow I have it and we paid it, but we never got one. And probably because the address is wrong. They're not sending it to the right person. And so the insurance company sent the bill out 3 times to the wrong address. So my escrow didn't get it. So then my escrow girl was being really nice and she tried to like go set the story straight with the girl. And they're like, look, no matter what we do, because there was a lapse, you have to restart it. Yeah, this is part of the reason I couldn't sleep. So they're like, whatever we have to do, you have to restart it. So now we have to restart your insurance. And we'll let you know in 2 to 5 business days if it's been accepted. Do you know what 2 to 5 business days does to somebody like me? So I turned in everything so that they could get my stuff put back in. And it's like, okay, so you guys screwed up and sent it to the wrong address. They ended up not paying, and I'm the one who's screwed in the end. That's perfect. That's great. I love that. So I'm hoping everything will fix. Because the girl, I was like, you guys literally told me that you were going to give me force insurance. You know, the shitty stuff that raises your house, that raises your freaking house payment next year. She's like, oh no. She goes, I give people time to find their insurance. And she was like, this, like, she was on my side. And like, she called the company whole nine, but they wouldn't listen to her because, you know, they fucked up. So I'm hoping that they'll take all that into consideration and just put my stuff through and I don't have to stress. But yeah, I'll find out about that in 2 to 5 business days. So that's fun. No, there's nothing I can do. I mean, all they have to do really is just reinstate the policy. They'll get paid. Well, they'll start a new policy. My escrow will then have the bill. They'll pay it. I mean, in 2 to 5 days, this could be like a blip in the radar. Now, if for some reason they decide not to do it, then I'm fucked. And I'm going to have to find another house insurance, which pisses me off because I did my job. I paid into my escrow. The money was there. And because everybody else screwed up. Yeah. So, and the girl wrote on the thing that there was a whole discrepancy that had nothing to do with me. So hopefully the fact that she put on there that like, this was not me, there was a problem, the lender didn't pay it. And so hopefully they're just like, yeah, cool. And we'll just, and when they did the quote, they actually took it down by like $50 a year. She's like, oh, you got a cheaper price. It wasn't that much cheaper, but whatever. I'm just like, just fix it. So that was one of the things I dealt with today. And then my husband was getting some stuff done for work. And so I had to deal with that because there was long lines and stuff, which we didn't know there would be. And so there was that. And then I had to go to the bank. I had to pop into the store. I had to drive around all of Hell's Creation trying to find stuff. I went to probably 4 stores that I should have been in bed for. I went to the gym, got in a leg routine. And then by the time I come home, I'm still dealing with stuff. And my husband had a shorter day today. And he's like, well, I'll be home in 3 hours. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go get a 3 hour nap. We end up on the phone for another hour and a half. And I'm like, there's zero point in me going to go lay down for an hour and a half. I was a little tired, but I was like, there's no point. He's like, well, just go to bed when I go to bed. Well, we see how well that worked. So, yeah, I'm going to, like, Bubbles, I don't have the feeling in my gut. You know which one I'm talking about. You know, the one that when I say that I have a feeling in my gut, something goes wrong. Like the other day, I had a feeling in my gut all the night before and in the morning. I had a feeling. And my husband told me I was stupid. He's like, you are worrying about nothing. Nope, I was right. And I don't have the pit in my stomach right now, so I'm hoping that means that it's going to fix, is what I'm hoping. So hoping the paycheck hit. Got my bills already. I got my groceries ready to be ordered, and I was hoping that they, but it's only 1 o'clock. So yeah, I have an agoraphoric bubble. I can leave my house, but I can't leave my bubble. I have a hard time with my bubble. My me bubble is fairly small. Even my husband's bubble is pretty small. I basically can't go anywhere without him. He's like my, I don't know, my keeper. I can't, like, it's hard for me to just foray out into the world on my own. I don't know how to do that, I guess. I don't know. I literally went from living with my mom to living with my husband. Like, I don't really know how to not be codependent at this point. And it sucks, honestly. I'm gonna have to clean my glass. I'm gonna have to get glasses wipes as far as that goes. We're about out of glasses wipes. Put those on here real quick. Jeebus. That's how you do it. 600 wipes for 25 bucks. We'll get those. He's not wearing glasses as often because he got contacts. So he only wears his glasses when he's having an issue in the morning. So I don't need to get as many glasses wipes because that man wore glasses all day, every day. So we'd have to clean them constantly. I wear mine mostly when I drive because everything up close I have to hold to here because of the way my prescription is, because my prescription is supposed to be bifocals. So they did some weird myriad thing where they merged it together and I can't see anything. I see worse if it's up here than if I didn't have my glasses on. So everything up close has to be here and then far away. So like I don't use my glasses a lot, but I'd like to start using them more, especially when I drive. So I'm going to need some glasses wipes. What's not bad of a price? What? Oh, yeah. I mean, if you use a lot of glasses wipes, I think that'd probably be a really good idea. Okay, so a box of 100. Well, I mean, actually, it's the same thing because a box of 100 is about $5. So, well, I guess you're saving some. You're saving about $5. I don't need glasses to drive. I would need glasses to drive if I didn't know the area because I can't see street signs. Like I can get around my town because I know where I'm going. But if you drove me an hour away and told me that I needed to like read signs, I'd need my glasses. I have astigmatism in like both eyes. I think. Is it still in both eyes? I don't remember. But I have astigmatism. Where you look at where it always looks like people's headlights are strobed sideways. Yeah. With glasses, I can see great far away. I tried the bifocal thing; it didn't work. I had to make them stop giving me bifocals, but now my whole prescription is wonky, And he's like, "You need to wear your glasses." I'm like, "I can't. I can't read my phone." Because, like, if I'm reading my phone, I can read it like this perfectly fine. If I have my glasses on, it has to be here. That's annoying. That's stupid. That's more work. I mean, I can read it perfectly fine right here. Why would I want to have to hold it out to here? That's stupid. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I can't afford lineless bifocals. I could barely afford the bifocals I had. Actually, I don't think they were that much different, but I tried them for, would you light? I tried them for, I don't know, like 2 weeks. I couldn't do it because the problem was with the bifocals is they don't work. Like, I don't read things like that. And especially when you're trying to drive, and if you just look down at your speedometer like this and you just look down, it's blurry as shit because you're supposed to be close up. So if you look down and you're in the bifocal, you can't see what the hell you're looking at or how your speedometer or nothing. So you have to literally go like this to check your speed. You have to like dip down and then look up as opposed to just looking down, because when you look down, it goes into the bifocal and it's 2 feet away, which isn't what a bifocal is supposed to do. So you have to literally tip your head down and look through the top part, and that's too much work when I'm driving. Thank you. No, thank you. Yeah, you don't want to be a bobblehead. Yeah, I can't remember if I have stigmatism in both eyes or one eye, but I know I got it. I think I had it in one eye, then I had it in two eyes, and then it went back to one eye, which was really weird. What is taking so long? Night driving sucks. I have a hard time judging distance to begin with. Like, even in the fucking daytime, I have a hard time doing distance. But I almost refuse to turn left. My husband hates when I drive. If I have to turn left, we ain't going. I cannot time my distance correctly to pull out going left. Yeah, I mean, it's very possible. They had them as bifocals. They brought them back. They redid them again. And I mean, like I said, they work great for far away, just not up close. So I'm gonna have to go get another eye exam at some point this year if I can fucking afford it. Gotta love all these deductibles and shit, but whatever. Um, but my husband thinks there's not a point in me going to get my eyes checked because I don't really wear my glasses. So what is the point in going to get glasses that you're not essentially going to wear? It's a waste of money, which I do understand. I do, but I also told him that maybe if they fix the frickin' prescription, maybe I'd want to wear them more often. But there always run that chance of them giving me the same type of prescription anyways, and now I'm stuck with two pairs. I always get a diabetic vision exam. I've been diabetic for like 20 years. I always get a diabetic one. They're supposed to be doing it anyway. I don't want anything to be thorough. Just don't let me know about anything. That's where I'm at anymore. Like, I can't take any more anxiety. I don't want to know anything about anything anymore. I don't want to know nothing about nothing. Why are you acting like this? Everything's acting wonky. I need to like actually reboot my computer because it looks like I am losing internet right now. I'm choppy. I can see myself being choppy, which is stupid because I'm tied to an Ethernet cable. I should have the best internet on the planet. Yeah, there's a machine. Yeah, it just depends. I got a new vision provider, so I can't go to Walmart like I've been doing because Walmart was taking our insurance. Now they're making us go to this bougie fucking place. Like at Walmart, if you have $130 lens allowance or frame allowance, you have no problem getting frames. They have a million frames under $130. This new place, No. You use your whole frickin' you use your whole allowance, and usually you have to pay a little bit extra, and that's only if you can get them on the clearance rack. Like, they made it to where it's gonna be a lot more expensive for people to get glasses. It's frustrating. My diabetic exam is them taking off my socks, pricking me with that weird little pricky hair thing, checking my feet, and keeping up on my blood levels. Like, what else is there to do other than a diabetic uh, eye exam? I go every 3 months. They actually let me go 6 months this time, but after they get my levels back this next time, they're gonna make me come back every 3 months again. Oh, I don't know. They've been doing it supposedly when I go in. I don't know what we actually get for any of it. I think we get 1,000 for dental. What is that gonna do? One tooth, one root canal will eat that up. Luckily, we don't get root canals. We just rip our teeth out. We just rip our teeth out. Oh, we ain't paying for that shit. I have one tooth here and I have one tooth here. I have no teeth on this side, but I have one on top and one on bottom. That's it. I ain't playing to fix all that. Like, I'll do a cavity to a point, but if the cavity is like a couple $100, just rip it out for 12. It's cheaper, it's easier, and I don't have to deal with it. Yeah, I do the foot and A1C every 3 months. Mhm. They let me go 6 months this time because I did so good and I got my sugar down so low that it was uh really good. So they were like, "Oh, you can come back in 6 months." Well, I started screwing with my diet, drinking entirely too much pop to the point where I was craving water over pop, which means I know that my sugar was jacked at that point. I haven't had pop in 3 days. I stopped buying pop for the house. I still have a little bit of pop here. I have a couple 20 ounces. But I haven't had pop in 3 days. Yay. I'm not necessarily trying to cut it out. I'm definitely trying to cut it back. But I mean, I feel pretty good that I haven't had it in 3 days. Of course, today I haven't drank almost anything, to be honest. I'm probably dehydrated as hell. I haven't drank almost anything today. Like anything. I've drank like half a cup of liquid. Did I finish my smart water today? Well, I filled it up. I filled it up. It was like half empty. I don't know if it was from yesterday, today. I'm not really sure. But I filled it up and I don't think I've taken a drink out of it since I filled it up. I did really good yesterday. I drank like a smart water and a half, which is nothing, by the way. It's nothing. That's not a lot. That's half of the amount of water you're supposed to drink, maybe a quarter the amount, but I'm not a real big liquid connoisseur. Right now I'm not super worried about my eye exam. They've been giving me eye exams for years and not really had an issue, and I can see. I have glasses that let me see, so I'm not stressing real quick. The last eye exam I had was not this past August, but the August before, so it's been about a year and a half. So I figure I'll get it, somewhat soon, or at least, 2 years. I'll only miss one. It'll be all right. Why are you not? Why are you not putting it in? I keep checking my bank, and it's nothing. It's just not there. Hey, Audra. I told Mac before I got on here. I don't know if I should go live right now. I was like, it's like midnight, and I don't know if anybody's like going to be awake, and I don't know if I should. And I was like, you know what, I will. Why not? There's got to be some people still out there. There's got to be some type of people that still are awake. I'm waiting Tuesday. When I got my birds, they told me that they needed a lot of floor space because they walked a lot. So I got a cage that had floor space, but it's not high enough. I don't want them to be in there like that. So then I had to order a bigger cage, which is frustrating. But when it gets here on Tuesday, they will be living their best life. I got a decent size cage, a flight cage, and I got some bird toys. Today I bought some bird treats, which they ate them all up. They liked them. Sissy is in my room somewhere. She's not in here. I don't hear her screaming, weirdly, but yeah, she's in my room. Amber leaving. She's not screaming, which tells me she's asleep. So he's got to put it together though. Mac, I ended up getting the cage that I showed you. It'll be good. I got a 6-pack of toys and then this perch that has a thing that they can play with. And then I bought the big branch, the big $30 fucking branch that I'm going to put in there. One thing I was tossing around the idea of doing is because they have such big feet, I don't know if the perches that come with it are going to be what I want. So I may have to buy new perches and take those perches out. We'll have to see when we get them in there because they have big feet. And these perches do not look big. And I want them to be comfortable. Well, they'll have their big stick that they have in there now, their big huge limb that branches off. They'll have that. And I may have to I found some different ones that have like 6 of them in a pack, $15, which isn't too bad. And then I could just take the original perches out and put those in maybe. Yes. She messages me. She's like, I think I want a hedgehog. And me, I'm the hype girl. I'm like, definitely get a hedgehog. I start setting her places by her to get hedgehogs. So I was at the pet store today picking something up. I had to go to 2 different pet stores. And one of them usually has hedgehogs, but they don't. But the second one, I walked in and I started sending her pictures of hedgehogs. She's like, what are you doing? Like, I'm just showing you the hedgehog. I'm just showing it to you. I had one back in the day. I've tossed around getting one, but I just got birds. Like, I don't need all that. But yeah, I was like, I'm going to live vicariously through Bubbles. Yeah, I was like, I'm going to live vicariously. My husband's like, send lots of pictures. She sent me a picture of some of them, and they were really cute. So, were you getting the one that was looking at the camera, though? The one that I was like, you have to get the one on the right? Did you get that one? Because, like, that one's super cute. I'm sure they all look the exact same when they're looking at the camera, but that one was really cute. I liked that one. Oh, you did get that one? Nice. That's cool. That one was hella cute. I'll show him the picture. Hold on. It's super cute. Hold on. We text. There we go. Look at its little face. Look at its little face. She sent me a picture of this. And I was like, you got to get the one on the right. It's so cute. Night, Crystal. Yeah, super cute. I had one back in the day, but it was the store that I got it from, they I don't know if they got it from somebody and tried to resell it. I don't know if they got them from a bad place. I don't know what it was, but that thing was evil. I took it back to the store and I'm like, you can't be selling people things that do this. Like this is not okay. Like it just sat and like shook. Like it didn't want to do anything. It just sat like it was like traumatized from like the minute I brought it home and it got bitey. And I'm like, you didn't socialize this thing at all before you sold it. Like you can't be doing that, dude. I think Pippa's cute. I liked my pick, but apparently you don't. I liked somebody else's pick. They said Sophie. I thought that was cute. Not a huge Sophie fan, but I think Sophie the Hedgehog is pretty cute. I wanted Bailey. I thought Bailey would be cute. Pippa's cute though. Anything's better than what your daughter wants to name her. I know it's from a movie, but yeah, I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. No, thank you. The chat has been so talky tonight. I love it. I love when you guys talk because then I actually can have a live and not feel like I have to just kind of carry the weight of the entire live, which I mean, it's my live. I should have to. But when you guys talk, it makes it so much easier to go live. Well, that thing's going to get very confused if you don't name it one name. Like if you don't like pick a name, like you can't name it like five things. I still can't pronounce that name. Hermione? Is it Hermione? Oh, it's your grandkid that says that. Okay. I couldn't remember if it was your grandkid or your actual kid. I guess it makes sense now. It's a grandkid. Looked like I was just trying to eat my hand, but I wasn't. I was yawning. Yeah, I don't know what type of name that is, but I'm not a fan. Not a fan. You're not listening to a 5-year-old cry. You have to teach those kids young that they're not going to get everything they want. Otherwise, they end up spoiled little bitches. So that was a lot of people's problem with me is that I told my kid no or told her she had chores or whatever. Kids shouldn't have chores. Yes, they should. Yeah, they should. They should learn how to be functioning members of society. They absolutely should. Especially when you're being paid. You have to choose your battles. Nice. Well, when I go in my room, it'll be warm. I got my heater going on in there. So when I go in there, I'm gonna be nice and warm just to go to bed, which I need to be cold for. So that's perfect. Oh, I gotta switch his blanket over. Hold on. I'm gonna set an alarm real quick because I will forget. He had me wash his blanket before he went to bed, and I gave him a different blanket. I told him I'd wash it, and I got it into the dryer, but it's a king size blanket. So I have to basically, after it goes one round, I have to pull it out, reformat it, and shove it back in the dryer for another round. Because there's always that one damp spot right in the middle. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, because you can do whatever you want to them and give them back. If you hype your kid up on sugar, you have to deal with it. If you hype your grandkid up on sugar, you don't have to deal with it. That's the point. That's the good thing. You can feed them pixie sticks and send them home with mom. Meanwhile, if yours eat pixie sticks, you're going to be dealing with it for the next 3 hours. America kills me. I don't know why we have pixie sticks. They wonder why diabetes is so prevalent in this country, and then they sell pixie sticks, fruit flavored sugar straws. Like, what are you even thinking? Do you think that's really a good idea? I don't. Not a good deal. Oh, my eyes are watering now. Apparently, I'm getting real tired. My eyes are watering. I'm trying to hang out at least another few minutes. Trying to stay as long as I can. Yeah, now that's another thing though. Grandparents always gotta like accept the boundaries. Like if I, entrusted my kid to my parent and was like, okay, look, I don't want him drinking this, I don't want him eating that, and then I find out that that's all they did, that would make me angry. Like, please listen when I speak. I'm not asking much. Oh, you do what you gotta do, Audra. I used to do that. I used to put hot cocoa mix in with chocolate milk. A two for deal. I'm not a huge fan of chocolate milk. I have it probably twice a year, maybe. Hot cocoa, same. I might have it twice a year, maybe. I'm not a big fan. As much as I love chocolate, I don't like chocolate ice cream or chocolate milk or anything like that. I like my chocolate bars, but I'm not a chocolate drink fan really. Like if I get a shake, I get vanilla or strawberry. Strawberry usually, but it depends. I'll do vanilla. This Labre's got to go. It's got to go. I've been talking about it's gotten to go for 8 months. It bothers me. I just got to get up enough gumption to actually take it out. If we can even get it out. I may have to tin snip it out. I don't know. I had to tin snip one of my earrings out. My nose ring. Do you guys remember when I did that on a live? I tin snipped my nose ring out because I couldn't get it out. Yeah, that was great. It was stuck. Peppermint hot chocolate? Never had that. I like my hot chocolate in milk, not in water. I like the thicker consistency. Same reason I drink cappuccinos and not coffee. Like I'll drink coffee on occasion, but if I'm gonna, have a drink, I'm gonna get a cappuccino because they're thicker. Good night, Nancy. Sorry you didn't get to see Sissy. Be careful on your plane. Please land. I was wincing too because the first time I did it, I couldn't get it off, but then I did, so that was nice. I was concerned. I was very concerned. I was like, I need this off, but yeah, I wish I could show you Sissy, but she's in my room somewhere. And she's not barking. She has to be asleep. Because I can actually hear her through that door and through this door. And I don't hear her. You couldn't pay me to get in a plane. To before this, and you definitely couldn't pay me to get in a plane after it. Like, I was always worried of plane crashes to begin with, and now that they're falling out of the sky like freaking pinatas, I'm good. I will drive. Thank you very much. Except I won't because I can't go very far. But yeah. I'm sorry. She's she's otherwise if I wake her up, dude, she's gonna be up my butt. Which we're gonna be going to bed. Here. We're gonna lay down and go to bed. I'm gonna wake her up so I can put her in bed. She sleeps in her bed when she's not with me. And then when I go to bed, I put her up in the bed. Bubbles is all like, I'm sorry, talking about doomsday planes. Yeah. I don't know where Peppy is. Now, if Peppy's in my room with her, now I'm concerned. I don't think I want Peppy in the room with her. I am killing this plant. This plant is like not okay. And I water it. I think it says it's a low light plant, but I disagree. I just watered it so much it threw up. Good job. Like all of its leaves are like dying, but yet it's watered so much that it's coming out the end. Figure that. Oh, hey, I'm crooked. There we go. So I'm gonna wash my face and get me a 3-hour nap before I get him up. Which, by the way, I need to put that in my phone. Okay, where's his time? 4:35 o'clock. There we go. We are good. And I am set to change over his blanket in about 4 minutes. Yeah, the plant. It's getting worse. It's full of water. I don't know why it's dehydrated. It is full of water. Good night, Mac. I'm following you out. All right, guys. I gotta go switch over that blanket and take me a nap. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Who knows? I'm on day 3 in a row. Maybe I'll be on day 4 in a row. Who knows? So I will see you guys later. Bye.